Did you know that someone could convince you the sky is green without you realizing it? From gaslighting to guilt-tripping, manipulation comes in all shapes and sizes, and it's sneakier than you think. Here's every manipulation trick explained in 10 minutes. Let's start with one of the most sinister tricks: gaslighting. What if you ask your partner about Saturday plans and they agree to go to the beach? The night before, you remind them to grab their swimsuit, only for them to say, "What? I never agreed to that. You know I hate the beach." You clearly remember the conversation, but they keep denying it, making you feel like you're losing your mind. That's gaslighting, where someone manipulates you into doubting your own memory, perception, or sanity. But gaslighting isn't always as obvious as denying a beach trip. Often it starts small, like telling you that you're overreacting when you express your feelings or imagining things when you catch them in a lie. These little moments might not seem like much at first, but they slowly chip away at your confidence. Over time, the manipulator creates a false narrative of reality, and you begin to rely on their perception instead of your own. Now, let's talk about the silent treatment, the ultimate passive-aggressive power move. What if you and a friend disagree about where to grab dinner? The next day, you text them a meme and nothing. No reply, no likes. Just radio silence. The silent treatment is a form of punishment where someone withholds communication to make you feel ignored or anxious. It preys on your need for connection, leaving you scrambling to fix things, even when you didn't do anything wrong. Playing the victim is a manipulation classic, because who doesn't feel bad for someone who seems hurt or vulnerable? If someone gets caught stealing, instead of owning up to it, they start telling their life story about growing up poor and misunderstood. Suddenly, they're not the thief, they're the victim. The focus shifts from their actions to their hardships. It's a sneaky trick that makes you feel guilty for holding them accountable. By exaggerating their problems or twisting the facts, manipulators dodge responsibility and make you second-guess whether they're really to blame. Triangulation is where manipulation turns into a reality TV episode. Here's how it works. If you have a disagreement with a friend, instead of resolving it with you, they bring in a third person, maybe another friend or family member. Now it's not just you versus them, it's you versus a team. They might twist the facts or spread rumors to turn that third person against you, creating jealousy, tension, or competition. Triangulation keeps you isolated and off balance while the manipulator stays in control of the drama. Projection is like a psychological game of hot potato. Someone messes up, but instead of owning it, they toss the blame onto you. For example, they're feeling jealous, but instead of admitting that, they accuse you of being jealous. Or they're the one lying, but they insist you're the liar. By projecting their faults onto you, they avoid facing their own flaws and make you feel like you're the problem. It's their ego's defense mechanism. I'm not the bad guy here. You are. With shaming, the manipulator makes you feel bad about yourself to keep you in line. Maybe they criticize your outfit, making backhanded jokes about your work, or blame you for things that aren't your fault. The goal? To undermine your confidence so you feel insecure and more likely to seek their approval. Shaming often comes wrapped in sarcasm or "I'm just joking" comments, so it's easy to dismiss. But over time, it erodes your self-esteem like waves wearing down a rock. Boundary violations are exactly what they sound like, pushing or breaking the limits you've set. Say you're not ready to talk about something, but they keep pushing. Or you say no to a favor, but they guilt-trip you into saying yes. Manipulators test your boundaries to see how much control they can gain. If you let them get away with it once, they'll keep pushing until your boundaries vanish completely. Next up is fear-mongering, manipulation through panic and fear. This tactic works because fear clouds judgment. When someone convinces you that danger is imminent, your brain shifts to survival mode, making it harder to think critically or question what's really happening. Fear-mongering shows up everywhere: politics, advertising, toxic relationships, even workplaces. In politics, fear-mongering sounds like, "If you vote for them, the economy will collapse," or "Our country is under attack and only we can keep it safe." The goal? To make you so afraid you don't think. You just follow. In relationships, fear-mongering can look like threats to leave you, spread lies about you, or sabotage your life. A manipulative partner might say things like, "If you break up with me, no one else will ever love you," or, "Without me, you'll fail." The aim is to plant seeds of insecurity so you feel trapped and dependent on them. Hoovering is what happens when you're finally ready to walk away from a toxic relationship, but the manipulator sucks you right back in, like a vacuum cleaner. Here's the playbook. You show signs of leaving and suddenly they're a whole new person. They might flood you with apologies, grand promises, and affection. "I've changed. I'll be better this time. I can't live without you." It feels like a turnaround, but it's all part of the trap. What makes hoovering especially sneaky is how manipulators use guilt and shame to reinforce it. Let's talk about negging, the ultimate backhanded compliment. On the surface, it sounds like praise, but there's always a hidden jab. For example, someone says, "You're actually pretty smart for someone who didn't finish college," or, "That outfit looks cute, way better than what you usually wear." See the trick? They're building you up just enough to knock you down. Negging works because it plays on our insecurities. Instead of feeling good, you're left questioning yourself. Am I really smart? Do I usually look bad? The manipulator's goal is to make you crave their approval. But here's the reality. A compliment with a sting is not a compliment. It's manipulation. Misdirection is what happens when someone changes the focus to avoid accountability. Here's an example. You confront someone about lying. Instead of addressing it, they say, "Why are you always so critical of me? You never let anything go." Suddenly, you're defending yourself instead of holding them accountable. Misdirection is all about shifting blame. By putting you on the defensive, the manipulator avoids answering for their actions. It's a clever distraction, leaving you frustrated and off balance. You'll see this trick everywhere. Arguments with toxic partners, workplace disputes, or even public scandals where someone spins the narrative to dodge responsibility. The solution? Stay focused. When someone tries to change the subject, calmly steer the conversation back. We are not talking about me. We're talking about what you did. Creating dependency is a manipulation tactic where someone makes you feel like you can't survive without them. It's subtle, and it happens over time. Here's how it works. First, they isolate you from friends, family, and anyone who might offer support. They'll say things like, "Your friends don't really care about you," or, "Why do you need anyone else when you have me?" Slowly but surely, your social circle shrinks, and all you're left with is them. Next, they chip away at your confidence. They might criticize you, make you doubt your decisions, or act like you're helpless without their advice. Before long, you start believing it. The truth is, you're stronger and more capable than they want you to believe. Healthy relationships build you up, not tear you down. Finally, let's talk about ultimatums, the manipulator's version of my way or the highway. An ultimatum sounds like this: "Do this, or I'm leaving you." Or, "If you don't agree, I'll tell everyone your secrets." It's a threat designed to back you into a corner, forcing you to comply because you're afraid of the consequences. Ultimatums can show up in relationships, friendships, or workplaces. A partner might say, "If you go out with your friends tonight, don't bother coming home." A boss might push you with, "Take this project or there's no promotion for you." The key is that ultimatums strip away your choices. They create a false sense of urgency, making you feel like you have no other option but to give in. But here's the truth. You always have a choice. And there you have it, every manipulation trick explained in just 10 minutes. From gaslighting to love bombing, these tactics can be hard to spot, but now you know what to look for. Which of these tricks surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're ready to level up your understanding of personality disorders, click on this video next to learn everything in just 10 minutes.